The event has been really interesting because it's buzz. It's always about energy level, and I've been here and it's just nothing but people talking to each other in the margins, in meetings, some really good speakers who've got high energy, impactful things to say, slightly different points of view. So the theme was on the back of digital, but actually, don't forget, there's people are at the heart of our business. And actually, you can't just throw in automation and expect everything to work. It's about how people adopt and adapt to use it. And it's about how we as leaders enable them to thrive in that economy, in that world where digital is a key part of what they do, but it's what they do with it that matters. So the future of finance is very unclear, but it's going to be totally different to what it is now. It's unclear only because the pace of change, the scale of change is just not clear. We're seeing so much happening in terms of disruptors to business, in terms of new business models coming in, and the CFO and the finance function have got to think about what their role is. Do they continue just thinking about the books and the finances, or should they take a more strategic role, looking at the value of data and starting to take much more interest in the data of the organisation as a whole? And certainly that's what I see when I talk to CFOs. They are thinking that their role is about strategic business partnership. No longer just showing the numbers, but actually investigating them and finding insights and coming up with recommendations about how to change business models, change business practices. What does that mean for the shape of finance? As you'll be aware, we may be aware, we've done a lot of research around what the future of finance looks like. We've spoken to CFOs to get their perspectives on that question. And they seem to be recognising that the whole automation agenda is going to change the shape of finance. No longer do you need armies of people worrying about the data, worrying about transactional processing. Instead of which, that'll be automated. That frees up the finance function to focus on the interesting stuff, driving insight, asking questions, understanding not just what the data is telling them, but what are the next set of questions that they can ask the business. So I think it's a really good time to be in finance, but what the shape of it's going to be like in the future is to be seen.